I'd worked up to and been looking forward to. The guy just goes, nope, no more for you.
All right, well, based. First of all, that guy sounds like a bit of an ego Andy. I'm glad, you know.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Well, okay, so follow-up question. This job, your dad is connected in some way.
Yeah.
Runs the company or whatever. What happens afterwards? Because
this part's funny as well.
Okay, that's what I want to understand. Is like, where does this go with your dad?
Backstory: when my dad was little, he liked to play with Mercury. Moving forward in time, God, I don't know. He's just a little. He's always been a little like spacey, maybe. Like, he's not always the most aware of what's cracking.
Wait, is this a bit? Is this a movie you're talking about?
Genuinely.
Your dad used to play with Mercury. Is he gonna have laser? Wait, what?
That's what he always says.
Okay, so he's spacey. Okay,
Yeah, but not in like a bad way. Just in a way where he's maybe not always like.
He's forgetful.
Super. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I tell him that, and he's like, "Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to like hear about that." And like, I can help you with anything you need for like wanting to work towards getting a new job. I'll look at your resume, teach you some interview stuff. So that's all cool. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But
his response is still like, okay, he's not going to intervene as like a senior person. He's not going to be like, I'm going to force this guy to.
He's not going to intervene. I specifically told him like, don't try to get me that job again.
Okay. Well, obviously you don't want that job again. That would be fucking crazy.
Hey, my dad said I have to play. That'd be lame.
That would be so awkward. Okay, I'm glad. What I was worried about is, even though I think this guy's an asshole, I was worried your dad was going to intervene and like insta fire him or something, which is going to be.
No, he's still there.
That felt, okay, all right, the guy's still there.
Maybe they just got someone he hated less next time or something.
Sure.
And so, but then, like, he's been like, I've heard recently. This is kind of recent. I've been out of that job since August. I work at, cheers to the other guy, a car wash now.
Okay.
Car wash, all the rave these days.
Okay. They're blowing up.
Yeah, they're going crazy. Soapy Joe's, shout out.
Two different people have shouted out their car wash.
It's a big chain in San Diego.
We've done like 3 calls and we have 2 different car wash shout outs.
Well, okay? It's what's happening.
Is this all part of Big Car Wash's plan?
Yeah,
to use
Big Car
for
Wash
marketing?
sent us.
Okay, all right.
And so yeah, I worked there at school, but recently that guy, he's been like worm tongue in his ear when talking about me, and he's like saying bad. I've been gone, and
I'm sorry. Your ex-boss from the dad about you.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So my mom's like, I think that guy hates you and is taking it out through your son.
Wait, he really does hate you.
Yeah, why would he just hates me.
You don't even work there anymore. Why are you still free? That's actually crazy.
I was there for like, I don't know, maybe
you weren't even there
something. It's so absurd.
Okay, I gotta ask you honestly, man to streamer. Can I ask you a question? Because here's what I remember a story. There was a guy who was kind of senior at Twitch when I started. I'm 21 or whatever I start, and they were doing an after-hours poker game or something. Okay, this guy was nice to me, and then we played this poker game, and I beat this older guy in a hand, and I made a joke about how he's really old. I just made a joke, and everyone at the table laughed, and he smiled and did like this. That guy was so mean to me for the next 2.5 years. That joke was never forgotten. He was so mean to me, and I recognized that, like, okay, maybe I went too far with that one joke. It stuck, and so I'm asking you honestly, if you look in your heart, when you first met this guy, what did you do? Did you do anything to make him harbor a grudge? Like, it just makes no sense. This guy would hate you for no reason. That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, why?
Okay. There was one day where everything was normal. It was the very first day. He kind of sat in the room and we were like chatting for like 30 minutes afterwards. Okay. We're all like, oh, we're gamers. We're gonna talk about gaming stuff. And I kind of took a dig at him for playing EVE Online. I said, like, so you like never clock out and you just go home and you go back to job 2 and they ain't paying you. And I kind of dug at him for that. And I said I didn't like Hades as much as he did.
Oh, the truth comes out. You're a Hades hating bitch, dude.
I hate her. I just said like, oh, I think it's better.
No, this guy hates Hades, chat. That's his fucking problem, dude.
Average Hades lover.
It's like I was telling his dad. He's a piece of shit because he hates Hades. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. A little bit more truth comes out.
Warranted.
That's obviously not warranted. Obviously, it's not
You don't
warranted.
spike outside the palace for that.
But the way you told the story originally was that you wanted to bond with him over Hades, and he slapped you down. And more
Because
like,
I wanted to play for games. I'm a gamer.
it's
Come
more
on.
like he liked Hades, and you said Hades is not that good.
I was
which is
opening his
fucking
mind.
Crazy,
It's not like he's
bro.
a Hades streamer and I'm going in like, bro, play not Hades.
All
Play
I'm saying
PoE.
is
Affliction League's
people-
awesome.
You're a PoE. You have no leg to stand on games
That's
judgment.
part of the
okay?
joke. Said that, then I was like trying to like bump elbows with him, like, hey, look at us, you know, hard working.
Yeah, I guess that is. You know, I feel like he could have taken it a lot better. That's for sure.
Well, any way is better. He went like nuclear with it.
Yeah,
he
he did go
still
scorched earth.
still cares.
The fact that he still cares blows my mind. Like that he should have forgotten about it the second you left the room.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let
He should
alone
have
talking to
maybe
your
remember
dad
a bit
about
like,
you.
"Ah."
What is he saying to your dad? Like,
He's just saying like, I hope you know, like, your son was not a hard worker. He's like, what? I was doing like 30 tickets a day.
so fucked up. That is so unreasonably petty. What's also funny is like, you know, if that guy was trying to suck up to your dad, that also gets him nothing. So there's no gain. And
Yeah,
it's
there's
just-
no reason.
There's no reason other than his sheer pettiness to you. He wants you to have a worse time. That's
Exactly, it's
really
crazy.
funny. I actually am almost respecting this guy's sheer hate in his heart for
I
no
know,
reason.
it's kind
It's
of
just
impressive
spite.
levels of hating.
Wow, that's something.
I'm much
all right.
happier at the car
I'm
wash.
glad you're happier now. I'm glad you got past that. I hope your dad is not letting this worm tongue poison him against you.
Yeah, he's not riding.
Is there anything else you want to tell on stream? Because I appreciate that story. That was hilarious.
Sub to Mango, I guess.
Amen,
And
brother.
big thing.
Sure.
Okay, what do you know about the Australia-New Zealand melee scene? I'm a big melee head, and I'm moving there, and I'm like, is there a lot of players? Like, what's it like? I know I'm asking like an
I
Aussie
don't know
himself. So.
shit, bro. I know New Zealand a little bit. I mean, there's a big tournament called Phantom. You should go.
Yeah, I know. I'm already signed up. Yeah.
All right, man. Josh Man's cool.
Okay. Oh wow. Hard hitting answers.
Okay, brother. Well, I didn't claim to be an expert, but I appreciate your story. That was hilarious. You have a good one. Thanks for jumping on.
Cheers. Have a
Cheers.
good day.
I got it was funny.
Yeah.
I got. Oh, you're still. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You can't say cheers and then fucking stick around the call. That guy was funny. That guy was a hoot. That's a crazy story. And that is the first I've heard of someone legit quitting on the spot, like quitting in the passion of the moment. I also think it's just a fucked up. Assuming he's telling the story honestly. Again, you always have to read into these things because people change small details that matter a lot. But I'm assuming this guy's on the general path of truth. And if he did put in for a vacation and they rescind it later, that's a red line. You can like never. I think you should be able to never do that. If someone tells you can take a day off and then later changes it, that's unconscionable because people plan. They plan around that shit. You tell other people, you make plans. It can't be done. You can't. It's a no-go. Wait, what? I wish I had the email. I wish I had the email. One of my friend's coworkers quit a large construction company by sending an @all company email. In the email, he explained how the CEO was not living by the ways of the samurai. Explained each samurai tenet in detail. Dude, I wish you could find that. That'd be amazing. That would be amazing. That's a fire way to go. I'm trying to think of any other. I told a story about the guy I called old at Twitch, which is extra funny because now I get called old all the time. He should learn to deal with it. I don't get petty with all my chatters calling me old individually. That guy took it too far. He was Hedge was talking about how he would get dragged into a room and the guy would yell at him and other people could hear. This happened to me again, first year at Twitch, where the fucking CMO, VP of marketing, highest marketing role, guy who didn't know what the fuck League of Legends was at a League of Legends based company. 50% of the fucking viewership on this was League of Legends. This guy, I had a typo in a tweet. Like I forgot a punctuation mark in a tweet. And he got, dude, I swear to God, he was like, you know what you should do? He printed out the tweet. He was like, you should print out the tweets and take a red pen and go over them for grammar before you post them. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? It was psychotic. By the way, I am crushing on Twitter at the time. At the time, I'm crushing. Our growth, insane. Insane levels of growth. Everything's going well. No one in the comments is noticing the typo. But he's like, this reflects poorly on Twitch's brand. That shit pissed me off. You sound like you've gotten over it. I'm over it. I'm chill. I don't even I almost barely remember the story. I barely even remember it. It's not even registering. What do you think about the other tweet? He was gone by then. This guy, I'll just tell you, he made a fucking boatload of money when Amazon bought Twitch. He stopped coming into work. He would come in like 2 days a week. This is well before COVID. He just didn't show up. He would show up 2 days a week. He bought a gigantic jumbo travel RV trailer thing, like for traveling. And then he would go post pictures on Facebook of him playing, is it guitar? Not ukulele. Is there a third one? Guitar, I guess. Banjo. He would play banjo. He would play fucking banjo. It was just him on Facebook of him traveling around in like all these beautiful locations playing banjo. Just during the work week. Just playing banjo, fucking, you know, I mean, I guess good for him, but his previous job to Twitch was like working at a lifestyle, like outdoorsy type magazine as a marketer, and I guess he just lucked into the Twitch thing. It worked out. He made a ton of money, but he didn't give a shit about gaming, and and it never. I mean, it just showed. Oh, another guy in the VC. All right, let's join him. Let's see who we got. Sad. Oh, bring him up. Sad.
Yo. Okay. So my name is Sod.
Sod.
Every time you have called out my name in a sub notification, you say the Sad Salmon. Just want to set the record straight. My name is Sod.
Okay.
And now you're never gonna read my name again in chat.
Right. Okay.
So,
all right. You're the Sod Salmon. All right. You can't. You're stressed about me mispronouncing. I'm sorry. It just looks like a sad salmon.
No, it's okay.
All right. I'm not trying to. Okay.
No, please. Every teacher in my life called me that at first. It's my favorite joke.
Okay. Wait. So your actual name is Sod.
Yes, that's my real name.
I see. The Sod. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all coming together. Okay.
There you go.
Everyone type Sodge. All right. Okay. So. Okay.
So last year I graduated from film school. Not a great time. Actually, I graduated from film school and I got a computer science degree. So I'm double fucked right now.
That's not. Well, that can be taken as double fucked or double prepared. You've got
double prepared.
That's a tough to do. You did both. That's cool. That's rare.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm just 5'. I'm kidding. It was very, very hard.
Also, there's. I mean, okay. CS is not. You know. That kind of spot. Yeah. All right. It's okay.
No.
Okay. So you graduated last year.
So finals week of school. So to be clear, the level of this film is worse than a student film. But all the movies that we did in film school, we like treated like they were real workplaces. Like that was like the vibe. Like we were like coworkers. It was supposed to be like very serious. We used professional equipment. Blah blah.
You guys LARPed. Okay.
You guys LARPed as filmmakers.
Okay.
At film.
Okay.
So at the like finals week, I run into one of my friends from school. He's like a year below me, and he was like, "Hey, one of the film professors at our school asked me to be a cinematographer for her feature film that she's shooting this summer. Do you want to be the assistant director?"
Okay.
And that's like the job that I want to do, like in the industry. And I was like, fuck yeah, a feature? Like I've only done shorts up to now because that's what we did in school.
Sure.
So I was like, I would love to. That sounds great. And the assistant director is basically like the logistical head of the production and like the director's right-hand person.
Sure.
But also, I'm supposed to reasonably limit the director when there are safety or time concerns. So like, my objective is to get the movie done. Sometimes I have to be like at odds with the director to make that happen.
Okay.
Well, ideally, it's like a collaborative workspace where we trust each other and we like work through problems together.
Okay.
I pretty quickly realized that I was in for an interesting situation when I read the script. The script was bad, but like that's fine. I get bad scripts all the time. But like probably the worst, like the first notion that I was like,
I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off, and I'm on your side on this. But you are 1 year out of film school, and you're saying I get bad scripts all the time, like you're fucking Tom Cruise after 30 years in the industry, bro. Okay, I assume you can take a bad script every now and then when you're just starting out. It's not.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm happy to work on a bad script.
Okay.
That's totally fine.
Okay,
I'm not prejudiced against it.
Okay, gotcha.
Like one of the early things that got me, we were in a meeting and I had read through the script and I was like, so there's this scene where the main character. Oh, by the way, the director, who's a professor, also was the main character. She was acting and directing in her. Yeah.
Is this a real passion project for her? She wants to.
Oh, this is a real passion project for her.
Okay, she's got something to say.
Have you seen A Streetcar Named Desire?
No.
Okay.
I've seen White Chicks.
She self-inserted her life into another movie and wrote a script on that. There's this one scene where she's like, where the script is like, the character looks out the window of her car. She's like sitting in the passenger seat, and she sees a homeless encampment as they drive by. Okay. And in a meeting, I'm like, hey, so we can't like just film a homeless encampment. We can't like do that. That's like ethically we can't do that. We have to make them sign a bunch of stuff, you know. And she's like, oh, it's fine. I'll just get it on my iPhone later. And I was like, oh, this isn't gonna go great. But
okay. You guys told her not to do it, and she said, I'm just gonna do it later on my iPhone. Is what she said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
I was like, this isn't like yeah. So that's not really the main thing. So the main thing is like, when you're making a movie, the most important thing in advance of you shooting is preparation. Like you want to know what you're doing every day, like exactly what you're doing.
Sure.
Like ideally where the camera goes, where the actors go, way beforehand.
Makes sense. Yep.
This director absolutely refused to plan. And to be clear, it's not like we were doing it. So we were shooting a feature in 14 days, and we were doing it over the course of weekends. So like 2 days, like it was just July, like June and July, like on the weekends, right?
Okay.
Also,
so
nobody was
it's
getting
like
paid.
7 weekends.
Yeah, 7 weekends.
Got it.
Or it was 5 weekends, I think. We did like 2 3-day weekends and a bunch of 2-day weekends.
That sucks. You have to lose all your weekends for a month.
Yeah. Yeah, and nobody was getting paid.
Project for a
yeah, we all volunteered.
And I'm sorry, I just want to fully nail this home for people in chat following along. This is her. I mean, she's funding it. This is not going to play anywhere. This is like creating. Right. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it'll play at the school, but it's not going in theater. Okay, cool.
No, it's not going to play at the school. So here's the conclusion of the story is the school will not be playing this movie. Actually, I'm going to jump to the end real quick. She doesn't work at the school anymore. That's exactly where I was at in the story.
Okay. Okay.
So she absolutely. So she had like 5 days in between every weekend to like prepare and make, most importantly, like shot lists and blocking diagrams. Like here's the scene. These are the shots I need of the scene, right? I never got that. Like I normally, what happens is the director gives me a shot list, and then I like order that into a day, and I give times for how long each shot's gonna take, when we're gonna come for lunch, when we're gonna wrap, all that stuff. I never got a shot list, so every single weekend I was flying blind, basically just off the script.
Let me ask: did she know what she was doing and was lazy, or did she have no? Like, was this not something she knew what she was doing? Like she was.
No. She's a film professor. Like she teaches the like thesis level class at our school. Like this is your final project. Like she taught that class at the school, right? So she should know what she's doing. My opinion is that she was lazy. Here's what she said. Every weekend, I basically was like, hey, can we really get... And here's the thing, not having the shot list made it really hard because then we were like planning during the day and then wasting a bunch of time.
Burning a bunch of your day, yeah.
Burning a bunch of our day. And you know, it's like, they're like 10-hour days. We're working for a long time. Also, like this was the middle of the summer and she lives in like mid-city LA, like around Fairfax. So it was like really, really hot in her apartment too.
This
there was
is
no
so
AC.
funny because like, this is all for her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You really don't get that much out of it. Like at the end of the
No.
day, this is not going to win a
I was
festival.
hoping I would get good experience out of it, and I absolutely did not. Well,
Right.
actually, I learned some valuable.
Yeah, I guess
lessons.
you learned some lessons about working
Yeah.
with people on a film
No,
set. But...
I truly dreaded going to work every weekend, and I never dread going to set. I love working on set. I'm psychotic. So she was basically like, listen, the reason I don't do shot lists is because I like to get my blocking from the actors' natural performances. And she can call that a creative choice. The truth is that it's just wrong.
Chat, the reason I don't plan my streams ahead of time is because I like to get the natural riff off of what you guys are saying. Okay, I want to have
That's why
my
you
daily
waffle for
stream to
2
be
hours.
organic. That's right. So I don't need to, if I come in with a plan and a concept, we're not going to get that real organic juice. Okay, it's not laziness. It's yes. Okay.
That's why you make the Marketing Monday slides while you're doing Marketing Monday.
Don't do that. That's not.
So,
okay.
So like she just wasn't planning any of it, and so the days were super hard, and we just weren't finishing certain scenes, and they were just being moved to other weekends, and I'm just like, I don't have room for these.
Yeah.
There were like days where we were shooting like 12 pages of script, and like 5 max is like my normal thing, right? 12 is insane amount of script to shoot.
Yeah.
So she just like wasn't planning. Also, we didn't have any permits, which we absolutely should have. Like we didn't have any permits. We shot like in public parks. There were planned scenes to shoot in a moving car. No permits, no nothing. And again, this is like all students. Like
Sure.
if we as students shot our movie the way she was shooting this movie, we would both get an F and be called in front of the academic honesty committee and like not expelled, but like very heavily reprimanded. For
Okay.
as students doing what she as a professor was
She's
doing.
kind of like a rebel, a guerrilla filmmaker taking it to the streets, you know? She's not-
Yeah, she's a gorilla.
Actually-
Dude, we shot on Melrose Avenue.
Okay. In a moving car?
No. Like on the sidewalk.
Okay.
But and the other thing is like she had like no budget, so like we were like our cinematographer. She basically hired him because he had a camera, and we were using his camera.
Okay.
And we like didn't have the budget to rent lights, so we were borrowing them from friends.
Okay, what I'm
Right.
also interested in though is she's the lead actress of this movie.
Mhm.
Is the character she's playing based on her? What is
Yeah.
this?
The character is based on her
Is the
life.
character a teacher? Is the character like what?
Okay, so here's a funny bit. I was gonna get to this, but we'll get to it
Okay.
now.
All right.
In the script, she used to teach at a college, at a film school. And in the script, no, it gets worse. In the script, it says she was fired, and it's heavily implied that she was fired because she slept with a student. Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
And she's hired 20
She's just playing a
students.
character. She's
for
just playing a
movie.
character. She's just playing a character. This is a
Playing,
character.
just playing a character.
Okay.
And to be clear, she wasn't a good actor or a good director, and doing them at the same time, she was doubly bad at both of them.
Right, that's gonna stress you out.
Yeah, it
so-
stressed me out.
yeah.
And the other thing was that she didn't, like, you know how earlier I was saying that it's like you have to have a lot of trust? She didn't. Like, anytime I was like, listen, we really need to move on to the next scene or we're not going to make our day, she was like, I need to get this scene and it needs to be right. And I'm like, ma'am, we need to finish your
Are
movie.
we-
Like,
yeah. Question again. So I've done like commercial shoots, nothing more than that.
Yeah.
But like on them, having an untrained actor can sometimes. I've been in this situation myself. It can be tough because they have to do a lot of takes. There's a lot.
Yeah.
They flub the lines a lot. Is this happening? Are people getting frustrated because we have to keep doing take after?
Rubbing the lines wasn't happening for takes, but it was taking a long time to get like the actual setups done because she needed the lighting to be perfect, despite the fact that we had 2 really cheap LED lights to work with, and like,
I see.
you know,
So everything
and-
looks okay.
right. And she was doing more takes than I wanted, especially because sometimes she brought her acting coach with her, and sometimes her acting coach would walk up to her, whisper stuff into her ear specifically so I couldn't hear it, and then we'd go for another take based on that feedback. And that's just like not how the chain of command is worked at all. You know, it was so frustrating. It was like she just didn't it is impossible to have a director AD relationship where those 2 people don't trust each other. It's like
Okay.
there's not really a point to having an assistant director if you don't trust them. Like that's
Right,
really the most
right. They're
important
supposed to
point.
make your job
Because you have
easier.
to-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you're supposed to trust them to like kind of pull you back when you're going a bit too far, right?
Okay.
Like that's part of the gig, and also like safety. And it was getting really hot, like uncomfortably hot, and I was like, we need to like, figure this out, and she wasn't really willing to.
I'm
And
reading
here's-
between the lines here, but it sounds like this woman got a bunch of students, wrote a script about her having sex with a student, turned the temperature up really high, and then put the kid.
It was not
It's
about her having sex with students.
Okay,
That was
well, I'm
like
just
the
saying that's
offhand line.
so weird
Like,
subtext of the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so here's where we shot like 4 weekends of this
Okay.
of the 6, and then the last weekend before I stopped working on the production, this is what happened.
Okay.
We noticed, so there were 2 other actors who were in the shoot. There was 4 main cast, including her.
Okay.
And these 2 other actors played like a married couple.
Okay.
And at a certain point, we noticed that those 2 actors were like low-key basically fondling each other on set. Like before a take, we noticed the guy slap the woman's ass off camera for no reason. And I
Okay.
pulled the woman aside and she's like, oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, this is still unprofessional. And then I noticed them like doing it again in their dressing room. Again, like
Okay.
not.
So they're having an on-set romance of your 4-person
Right.
movie.
And again,
Okay.
they're like fondling each other on set. And so I
Okay.
pulled like the director and the actors aside and I'm like, hey, I notice this is happening. I understand that it's consensual, but it's not professional. Like it's not like up to the standard that we as students have been taught to uphold on set. It's just not something that we do. And to be clear, like
That's funny.
I
Can I just say though, it sounds like
Yeah.
you are trying to be professional and make a movie, and everyone else involved has different goals.
the actors specifically,
It
yes.
sounds
Yeah.
like everyone else on this whole thing
Me-
wants to.
Me and all of my classmates, me and my 15
Okay.
classmates were trying
Okay,
to
the
help her
people
get-
working. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I was working on it. It was like a 15-20 person crew, right? Like, we were
Okay.
trying to get this movie done,
All right.
right? And the director, I shit you not, looks me dead in the eyes and says, "Oh, they do that to stay in character." And when I protested that bit, she basically she basically looks at me and says, in different words, "Stop being so woke." She's like, she's like, listen, I know you guys are coddled at school, but like, this is how
Oh,
things
she
are.
hit you with the Gen Z.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
hit you with the- okay, yeah, you don't get it,
Gen
okay.
X. She's like 40 or 50, something
Okay.
like that.
All right.
She's like, we're really giving you an opportunity, letting you like work on a feature film, and I didn't really know I didn't tell her this. What
Yeah.
I wanted to say was, this production is so far below the standard that us as
Yeah,
students
this
are.
is a student project, just with a teacher inside. It's not. This is not a feature film.
Our student
Like,
projects are like 4 or 5 tiers more professional than this by like a long shot. By equipment, by how people act. Like we
Sure. Yeah.
I don't want to brag. Our school, I think, does short films.
I'm on your side. I'm gonna tell you, the more you
other schools
brag, the
that way.
chat will turn against you. They don't.
That's totally true.
I'm just
So-
trying to help you out. I know the
all
violent
of this
chat, bro.
I don't care about chat.
Okay, all right.
Chat can say whatever they want about me. So I go through all of it, and after that, I'm like, okay, I need to like draw a line in the sand here. So the Monday after this, I emailed the producer, and it's a very long email. It's very professional, and it's like, listen. And the producer is the only other like adult on the set, and she's like been friends with the
I'm
director
sorry.
for like.
They can hear you, but you got cut off for me. Can you say it again? You said listen.
Um.
You said
So-
listen, and then you said
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
So the Monday after this weekend where all this fondling happens, I sent an email to the producer, who's like friends with the director,
Yeah.
but the producer's like a sensible person.
Okay.
So I basically email her, and it's a very long professional email, but it's like, I need 2 things from the director. I need her to make a shot list in advance of next weekend, and I need her respect. Like, I just need her to listen to me. Like, those are the only 2 things I need. Please and thank you.
Yep.
So she's like, I'll get back to you. And that Wednesday, I get a call from the producer, and she's like, okay, so I talked to the director, and we're gonna be wrapping you as our assistant director on this production, which is, a really nice way to say you're fired.
Okay.
And to be clear, like, I haven't been having a good time. I know none of my peers and everybody else on the set hasn't been having a good time.
Okay.
So I do a bit of fuck shit.
Okay.
So I knew that our cinematographer, who was the person who basically pulled everybody else on, like, she hired the cinematographer and he hired everyone else. He's a lovely person. We all love working with him. Like, most people at school will sell their left kidney to get a chance to work with this guy. He's so amazing to work with.
Okay.
He's
the guy.
also entirely too loyal. Like, he refuses to quit.
He
literally,
likes his teacher, or what?
he doesn't like the teacher. He does not.
Okay.
Like,
but he's already committed, and he won't give
he's
up.
committed. He doesn't want to quit because
Okay.
like he doesn't feel like quitting is a good thing to do.
Okay.
But I know that if one of his camera team also leaves, like his like camera operator is his like focus puller, he will be like, without my camera team, I can't continue, and so I'm also going to leave. And if he leaves, everybody else leaves, right?
Okay.
So I call his focus. I call his camera operator, who's one of my friends. Well, not really. We're friendly.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, I got fired. Can you quit? And I also sent an email to like the entire crew, and I'm like, I got wrapped.
Okay. you're
do
unionizing now.
yeah. I was like, I got wrapped. I don't really think any of you should be working on this, and you all also know that. This has been a terrible experience. It's basically workplace abuse. It's not been great.
Okay.
So she quits, and like replies to the email, and then the DP quits. Our cinematographer calls the director to tell him. This is like Wednesday night.
Okay.
And she low-key threatens him. She's like, this isn't gonna be, you need to think about your career. This isn't gonna be good for your career. The campus will hear about this. And this, you want to interject real quick? Give a thought.
No, go for it. So,
Okay,
yeah.
this is where I go nuclear. This is where I'm like, you don't do that. So I compile as much of this information as I possibly, and also
The full story of what happened. You're
Wait, also, after he quits, almost everybody else does. Everybody except for like, there were like
right.
two
This
grad
guy
students
brought
all-
everybody in. He quits. Everybody's
Yeah.
out. Okay.
There's like 2 grad students who stay on the set, traitors. But like basically everyone else involved in the production is just like, yeah, we're leaving.
So this teacher's film is in shambles. It's on fire. It's not happening.
Yeah. And well, here's the thing, they continued. She managed to find a new cinematographer and like a couple of extra people to film the last like weekend.
So did the film
like-
finish?
They finished apparently. I heard that they
Get a
finished.
cut. I want to watch this movie.
Dude, I don't, what am I gonna do?
I would love to watch this movie. I have to see how it turned out.
Listen, Atruck, if I could ever get a cut of this movie, I will 1000% send it
Okay,
to you.
get the cut.
And you know, we could watch it. It can replace House Night or something, you know.
Okay, yeah.
But so I take all this information and we just send it to the school. Like the email.
To the
that-
school?
The
What do you mean,
school.
like all of it, like to the administration?
Yeah, so like multiple professors, all of our production team, the dean of the film school, all of them get an email from me at 2:41 a.m. That's like, all of this shit happened. And immediately I have like the next morning, I like as soon as the workday starts, I have like 4 or 5 replies. Like, we're so sorry, this isn't how professors should be acting. Like the chair is like, can I get a meeting with you on Monday? And we give them everything, and we noticed that she's no longer listed for the class she was supposed to teach in the fall.
Oh shit.
2 weeks later. So we blow her film. So she is an asshole and she runs her film like shit. And then we blow up the movie, or I mean, we blow up the movie. Kind of. We
That
make
is
her lose her
nuclear
job.
revenge.
She threatened a student. He was an international student too. Like she threatened the career of a
yeah.
student that has a educational related visa. Like the campus did hear about it, just not from her.
Okay.
So that's the story.
That is insane. That is an insane saga.
Yeah.
How long ago is this?
This
Are you
was last
graduated
summer.
now? Are you graduated
Yeah.
now? Or are you still okay?
This was
okay.
yeah. So I graduated last May. This was like June and July following that.
And so she's gone from the school.
Presumably.
And you are going to find us the movie.
I'm gonna
watch
do my
that.
best. Listen,
All right.
I don't think it was so bad. Like
Here's
this
what
not
I think you should do. I think you should write this
Okay.
story down, and you should make a movie about the making of this movie, and really tell this story in an honest way. And
Yeah.
honestly, what you should do is try to get some students to help you do it, and see if it's on the other side easier or harder.
right. Absolutely. Yeah.
You should run it and then see if it's hard. I think that's a good. I think
Actually-
that way. Yeah.
Can I say something else that was super crazy about it?
Sure.
She wrote this script. Like the most of the movie happens in her own apartment. So we were shooting this in her apartment, and I don't know about you, but when I read a script, the movie plays out in my head like as I'm reading it. I can't imagine writing a script for your own apartment and then not planning out the shots.
I can't imagine how. There's just not that much space, I assume. There's not many shots you could take, but
Yeah, exactly. There
All
really
right,
weren't
bro.
that many options.
If you have the script or any part of this, shoot it our way. It would be fun to us to talk about it. But I appreciate that story. That's insane.
I can send you the script. I never signed an NDA for it, so I can at least send you the script.
I feel like you have shown that you are not worried about
Yeah, no.
following her rules anymore.
No.
I think that's funny. I'm glad you're doing well now. I'm glad you moved past it and that she's no longer harassing students. Thanks. Anything else you want to say in the chat?
Thanks for listening to my bullshit. Sub to Atrioc, you know?
Amen, brother. Amen. Good luck on the job hunt. I think you're job hunting right now.
I am. Actually, I got pulled, or I got texted by somebody completely random that I don't know to PA for a like really big network TV show on Friday. Like just one day. But like I have not gotten work since I graduated. So like this one day on like a union network TV show is like low key maybe about to make my whole career.
Ask them if they need like a sort of a charming streamer type lead actor. I won't do anything less than lead. And
Right.
ask them. I need a trailer as well. And ask them if I can like. Is it House 2? Holy shit! He's working on House 2.
Not House 2.
Do they need some kind of? Okay, that's awesome. Hey, listen, we get it.
can be a murder
Congratulations. We'll be in touch. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. Thanks, Sod.
Absolutely. Good night.
Good night. Funny story. I gotta be honest with you. So I heard that story. I like Sod. Seems like a fun guy. I don't ever like stories where unless they really cross the line, which this teacher sort of borderline did. I don't like where they get fired. I don't like her getting fired, you know? That always makes me, just because like, her threatening a student, I guess I have to know exactly what happened, but assuming she actually threatened it. Like, threatening is is a vague word, right? If she was like, you know, I don't know, it just depends. It depends on what the threat was. I guess I just don't like that people can make a stink and get someone fired. I don't know. I love that. But in general, she should not be teaching. She should not be directing. I'll tell you that. She shouldn't be acting. But I don't know. I don't know what she was as a teacher. You don't know what you did. Well, based on the story, she was fired. It's like I was fired from my dream job, then got rehired by new management 4 months later. You were fired from your dream job, then got rehired 4 months later. It could be interesting. I'd be down to listen to that. I have a good story where I had to fire an employee who was playing Fortnite at work, and then he asked to go home early sick because he lost at Fortnite. He sounds based. He sounds incredibly based. What? You fired him? Promote him. CEO material written all over him. One time in film school, we put a hot light too close to a pipe and it burst, flooding the whole room and covering us in gallons of liquid shit. Poop aside, it was an insurance nightmare and the worst day of my life. Film school is fun. That's crazy. That's like a real fucking crazy story. You got covered in gallons of liquid shit at school. That's disgusting. Oh, that's disgusting. Poop aside is very funny. My boss cussed me out, almost beat me up, and then fired me. And there's a registered pedophile that still works there. You guys have some crazy fucking stories. You guys have some crazy fucking stories. Holy moly. Wait, can I ask, what did you do to get fired? Wait, how could you be... I ghosted my boss after I found out she was paying me well below minimum wage. How do you find out about that? What? How do you not know that when you get your paycheck? Is this your first paycheck? Oh, you didn't know what minimum wage was. Oh, that's crazy. So like first job, you're like, oh, I'm getting paid pretty well. I'm getting $5 an hour. Oh, 5 whole smackaroonies. Yes, sir. I am in the money. I'm in the green. What is this minimum wage law? Minimum? 4 times what I make. That's crazy. Flint Flex, thank you for all the gifties. H-Rock, I danced for less than a year before getting second on America's Got Talent. And then later I performed at Trump's inauguration. What? Well, I kind of want to hear about that. That's crazy. Do you have a video? Is that real? I think it'd be a video, right? You got a receipt? You got some kind of proof? I'm whispering you. Yo. I whispered. Yeah, if you have a video or any kind of proof, I want to pull you into VC. Jackie Evans show? You're saying you're Jackie Evans show? In this chat right now?
What an amazing original concept.
That is one of the most brilliant things I've seen in a long time. 3 yes.
No, it's the Silhouettes. Not Jackie Evans show, it's the Silhouettes. You were part of a group called the Silhouettes. Interesting. Well, okay. This is the Silhouettes. I'll show you.
We do have parents and grandparents in the audience tonight that have served in the military, and we just want to tell them thank you.
Silhouettes, they're all synchronized. They all have to work together. They're creating shapes. They're creating a world. One person, and the whole thing falls
Did you
apart.
meet Howie Mandel? Okay, so you did the Silhouettes. You did Iwo Jima. Interpretive dance. That's cool. And then former Trump. I'm interested, but also like, it doesn't sound like you quit or had a bad experience. Oh, I mean, confirmed. Literally confirmed. This is the Silhouettes at Trump's inauguration ball. That's how it happened. This is how it happened. Famously, it was one big party. The Native Americans met the settlers, and it was one big dance. To America. To America. You think they're gonna do a fucking interpretive dance of Wounded Knee? That'd be based, okay? Do a fucking long form interpretive dance of the Trail of Tears or something? Send a message. People might learn a thing or two. I mean, if you want to talk about it, I would. If you have any stories to tell, otherwise those were funny to watch. I will leave it to you. But I kind of want to talk about firings today, firings and quittings. There was somebody who had a great Flintflex. Thank you for the gifted. I had a boss at a fast food company that would always keep 5 cases of Heineken in the fridge/freezer. The fucking crazy part is he would make employees buy a case a week, and each of the 8 employees were on rotation, and he would make us pay for his beer. He would drink half a case of beer a day. Sorry for a great manager figuring out how to motivate his employees. That's crazy. You guys all just paid for his beer. Not once did you all collectively say, "Hey, we shouldn't be doing this." That's crazy. Quinn, you just got soft fired as an assistant from a top talent agency. Do you want to tell us about it? I'm asking you because I would love to know what being soft fired means. That is my follow-up question. What soft fired mean? What's your Discord username? What is soft firing? Ishrak, I was hired during COVID lockdown, so the office was closed and they couldn't give me a laptop to start. So they just kept pushing back the start date for 2 months until I just got a different job with 10% more pay. Based. That's tight. Well played. Itchrock, I got yelled at by a teacher in the 3rd grade. That's not related. That's like, if anything, pretty normal. That's also your first time chat message. You're not quite getting... That was today. Oldest chatter. That's not that crazy, bro. That's like... A teacher can yell at you occasionally. You guys are insane to think a teacher may never raise their voice. I'm quitting tomorrow. Nice. You gonna do something about it? You gonna do something special? A kid I was mentoring accidentally responded to a company-wide meeting invite and got insta-fired for what he said. Wait, so you're mentoring a kid. You're like his... You're kind of like his sponsor in a way. He at all responds to a company-wide meeting and says what? What could he say to get instantly fired? I remember there was a company all hands Slack again at Twitch where everyone would talk, like general chat, and there was a guy in there talking about, God, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. It was something to do with Twitch servers. He was just talking about it. And then someone else responds and goes, can you give me the data on this server? I want to know like what that means for our costs or whatever. And the guy responds and goes, sorry, like in a really haughty way. He goes, sorry, but that's on like a need to know basis and you don't have clearance. I'd have to ask my manager to see if you can get clearance. And then the guy that initially asked responded and goes, I'm the CEO. This was Emmett Shear, and you could see his name was E. Shear with his fucking face, which means the guy didn't even know who the CEO was. And this is all in front of the whole company, this whole dialogue. And the number of funny reacts to that was everybody. I think every single person did a laughing react emoji to that fucking response. And I think we used that as a meme for like forever. He didn't get fired or anything, though, in my understanding. How did he reply? He didn't say anything else. He didn't speak in general for, as far as I saw. He did the rest of it privately. Atriarch, I got let go from a bartending job after one shift. All they paid me was a gift card and borrowed something from me. You put borrowed in air quotes. Did they steal from you? They gave you a gift card and stole from you? Wait, what? Man, you guys have had some crazy jobs. Okay, I want to pull somebody into a call. Let me see. Who's it? Oh, okay, yeah, I can't. Gilladon Andranari, do you want to talk about your Dance Moms experience? I would love to hear more about the silhouettes and Trump's inauguration, because it sounds like Dance Moms took over, which is very interesting to me. All right, I'm just gonna. Someone said fired from Skibidi. Wait, what? What? Were you actually working on Skibidi Toilet?
Hello?
Yo, is this a joke or real?
I'm pretty sure Skibidi Toilet is made by one guy. It's a joke.
Get the fuck
Is it funny? Is it funny?
No, it's not funny. No! I thought there was a team on that. I wanted to hear some No, everyone's plus two. It's not funny. Obviously. Obviously, it's not funny.
Oh, man.
Oh, hey. What's up? What was your name? How do I say your name?
Hey.
Gilladon?
Gilladon, you got it.
Gilladon. Okay, Gilladon. You are a professional dancer?
I was. I mean, I'm still open to it. It's a
Okay.
weird, complicated history,
Okay.
to say the least.
Okay. How'd you get into it?
So, I was a big gamer. We're going the fun route. I was a big gamer.
Okay.
Played a ton of World of Warcraft.
Okay.
Would have been
How does that become a
God,
dancer?
14.
The classic
Well,
route.
here's
WoW
the
has been a dancer?
transition.
Okay.
Yep. So, because I was a gamer, never left the house, and it got to the point where my parents were fed up with it and said, "Hey, you got to do something. I don't care if it's football. I don't care if it's soccer. I don't care what it is. You got to do something."
And you
This is
chose
right
acting
when.
out Native American silhouettes.
So this is right when Michael Jackson had died and Usher's OMG video came out, and he did a weird arm movement in that video. Totally boomer pilled. So what ends up happening is I go, hey, I want to do those arm movements. It'd be kind of cool to moonwalk. So I ended up going to the first dance studio, like right down the road, that popped up on Google. And that's where we ended up pulling up the video. So he like throws the hat and he makes a box with his arms. I shit you not. That was like the coolest thing at 14.
So this video changed
Yeah,
your
there
life.
you go. This is what did it.
So no
Oh-
joke, it's
oh
you in
my
front
God.
of the mirror practicing this movement.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, you're grinding.
And,
Yeah, okay.
What
That's sick.
what sells the studio is I walk in and they have a couple of like TV screens to show what the different like studio rooms are rehearsing or working on, choreographing, blah blah blah.
Okay.
I walk in and they're rehearsing a routine to a remix of the original Willy Wonka Oompa Loompa song, mixed with like the orchestral, like dark, creepy, terrifying background music soundtrack from the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory from with Johnny Depp in it. So I went, yo, this is metal. Okay, let's freaking go. From there, the first class I took was to They Don't Really Care About Us by none other than Michael Jackson, who I was like, oh, he just died. I'm in. Like, that's how it starts.
I got it.
Yeah.
You do a square. Hands.
Yeah, there you go.
This kind of goes dumb
I'm
hard.
not kidding.
Okay.
I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
It was pretty close to what you're playing. Like,
Okay. All right.
it's not far off.
Okay. So you go to the dance studio. They're doing that. What did you say about Michael Jackson? I didn't hear.
Yeah. So the first song that I do a routine for, you know,
Yeah.
they have like cheaper free dance classes. I don't know.
Yeah.
That starter class was to They Don't Really Care About Us by Michael Jackson. ACLU represent.
I
So
see.
from there, I'm sold. I take a hip hop class a week. This is in February of 2010. Yeah. So I do that. We go a while. There's like a little recital, whatever. It's fine. It's cool.
Sure.
We eventually we get to like the new season. I started like partway through in one of the recreational classes.
I'm sorry.
There's a new season.
Is this school
of,
attached to the Silhouettes, or how does that? How do you go from the school to the Silhouettes? Is what I'm basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the transition.
Okay.
The school was called Rocky Mountain School of Dance and Performing Arts.
You don't have
So
to-
RMSD. It used to be a big dance studio when it was around here in Colorado. But their big thing is they do charity shows. They do like a Christmas show every year, and they were a really competitive, performance-driven school. So I kind of accidentally my way into like people that went to RMSD pop up elsewhere. Like the teacher that we had for hip hop every week, Ken. He's choreographed halftime shows for like
Okay. It's a
massive
good
chunk
dance
of his
school.
career.
All right.
It's a good one, yeah.
But you're new. This is your
And,
first semester.
I'm brand new, yeah.
Okay.
So
Found
that
us an
summer,
elevator out of here. Just one
new
more
dance
chamber.
season, school season, whatever you want to call it, pops up.
Sure.
And the front desk lady, sweetheart, love her to death, goes, hey, do you want to do more classes? I'm getting pressure from mom and dad because one hip hop class a week is not enough, and I
Right, you're
still
still
am
gaming all
like
the time.
mid Wrath of the Lich King.
Okay.
Oh yeah, are you
You're
kidding
gaming
me?
all the time, but doing one dance class. Okay.
But doing one dance class
This
to like
elevator is
skirt
right
by, and
crazy.
so I signed up for the rest of it, and it goes from one hip hop class a week to hip hop, tap, ballet, jazz, lyrical, and 2 competitive routines. I do I'm like the main character of one of those competition routines, which is for Nicely Johnson for Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat.
I don't know what that is. Wait, can I ask you a question?
It's
You have the
Yeah,
stream
yeah,
open,
yeah.
right? The stream open? Have you
Yeah.
seen yourself? Do you recognize any of these silhouettes? Have you?
Oh,
are
yeah.
Are you one of these?
So I'm when they're holding people over their heads, I'm
Yeah.
one of them. I'm the one on the far left.
You're the one being spun, or are you the one spinning?
Spinning. I was lifting what I don't
You're
remember
this
which
guy
one.
right here?
One of them. Yeah. If you go if you go to
That's
that
sick.
America routine,
Okay.
the one from 2011, before the inauguration, I can tell you like exactly where I was, just about everywhere, beat for beat.
Okay.
But that would be the first video I linked over.
No, yeah, okay.
Oh my gosh! So the blades before we made the Capitol building. This is right when dabbing was a thing. So every time we went to move our hands up, I dabbed on it. I'm the cowboy at one point in this. I do a milady because that was when it's not McCree anymore. Friggin'
Cole Cassidy, yeah.
Cole Cassidy in Overwatch was a thing. So I do a milady. I memed in just about every single one of these shows. I did a Tim Tebowing
Okay.
for like 2 weeks straight for Christmas one year. Like Yeah, it's a whole.
Okay. So you brought your gamer influence to dance, I guess is what we're saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You can't not. And it's something where we, you very much want to do at least somewhat similar choreography between things. So you keep it interesting for yourself. You keep yourself engaged. Blah blah blah.
Okay. So you joined this group through the school, I assuming, or you got in.
Yes.
And
so. Okay. After starting like limited competition, again, I'm 6-7 months in, something like that. At one point, the director like called out that I was really good with facial expressions and really getting into the role of
I'm sorry,
the nicely Johnson thing.
Okay.
This is still without a screen, without shadows.
Is this
This
you?
is just. Yeah, I'm the cowboy. Yeah.
Did you do the milady?
Yeah, that's me.
Let me see.
Hold on.
This is you as the cowboy. I guess what's funny though is you said
I turn around.
He said he was impressed by how good you did facial expressions, so he's going to recommend you for the silhouettes where you have no facial expressions.
No, so silhouettes is happening in parallel to the facial expressions thing.
Oh, look at that! Yeehaw!
Yeah. So for competition season or whatever, the director takes note, mental note, walks away.
Okay.
We get ready for another like Christmas recital type thing. I volunteer to turn the lights on and off to act as if this is in the studio, to act like we're doing scene transitions. She takes note of that.
Okay.
Just mental note, writes it down. They go out and there's for auditioning for America's Got Talent, there's a pre-audition before the first filmed quote unquote live shows go up. They have a stage that is way too shallow. You need to have depth in order to make the shadows and have the full size of the screen.
Okay.
So they all stand in a line, and the one of the dancers that's like performing with Cher. This
Cher
is when
was
he's
there?
like 15. No. This person is still professionally dancing. He now has performed with Cher. He's been on tour all over the place.
With Cher. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He, tall, lanky dude, 15. All of these dancers go on the stage, and we do nothing. There's no space for the screen. There's literally, we do nothing. We stand there, we ask questions back and forth, and he like hands them a CD and says, "Here, just watch this." And then that's our first audition. We get through, and this is before we like coined the name Silhouettes. Really,
Well, you guys
like really
created it
pushed
there? You weren't invited to join it?
So after they move on from that audition into the first live show in Minneapolis.
You go backwards in time. I want you to answer my question.
I'm getting it.
Every answer to my question, you have to go further backwards. Tell me more of your story.
Yeah.
I want to know what is happening. How did you join the Silhouettes?
Yeah. So the studio did competitions. Silhouettes was like a mini group of the studio that went to audition for America's Got Talent under that name. After they do their first TV audition in Minneapolis, from there, this is dark. This is the day after my grandpa died. I get a call from my director who invites me to join the group. We're going on AGT, and there's a stack of paperwork associated. Do you want to join? Yes or no?
Okay.
I needed a win. My grandpa just died. Hell yeah.
Okay.
So, because it's AGT, you're not allowed to disclose anything. You sign your life away. We had to delete a whole bunch of like Facebook posts or MySpace things. Blah blah blah.
Sure.
I can't tell anyone at school that, hey, I'm gonna be on TV for months.
Sure, it's total secret.
It's literally just like,
okay.
Oh god, yeah. So from there, I'm in with the group. We're doing rehearsals, basically in like in like a classroom where the ceilings are not even a third of the height of the screen needed to make the shadows make shapes and stuff, it's incredibly hard to do a full rehearsal.
Okay,
so you
so
do
you
have
can't
to kind of
practice.
wing it when you get to the theater in order to practice it and
I
get
see.
ready.
Okay. But I guess
Yes,
you
yeah.
glossed over it, so I want to make sure I fully understand. You
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
taking one class a week, and at some point, there is an offer with paperwork that they're going to go on America's Got Talent and they need somebody, and you can just get to join. That's it.
That's where it goes. Yeah. From there, it then was it was again under a year. This happens. One hip hop class, like 6 classes, and then suddenly it's now a part-time job.
Okay.
For no pay. I'm paying the studio because
Okay.
you know that's dance.
Okay, that's interesting.
And getting
All
ready
right.
for AGT.
Okay, so you do ADT. It goes. Okay, so you do ADT. It goes well. You get second place. You're feeling good. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Later, you get the offer
The
to do
aftermath.
Trump's inauguration.
Oh, you need the drama first.
Do I? Because I gotta make sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
So there's like 60 people that go out and do AGT and whatnot. 40 something kids. The rest are chaperones.
Okay.
It's dance mom time. So having gone out and
Oh wait,
performed
the
on national
Silhouettes is
TV.
mostly kids. You're not the only kid.
Yeah. So like the cast that went out for AGT, all of us under 20. I think more specifically, one person had turned 18, if I remember it right. I turned 50. The youngest was 3.
There's
like
a 3-year-old
all
in the Silhouettes?
kids. Yeah.
Okay. So
Well,
this
she's
is...
not 3 anymore, but yeah.
I understand how time works. Okay. So
Yep.
this is a bunch of it's kids. So everyone's parents are there. It's a big entourage of parents.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom wanted to engage with like only one of the 20 parents that were out there because my god, it's dance moms. They're crazy, they're high strung, they need like, oh my god, I have to make sure their hair done, blah 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 blah, all that drama.
Okay.
We get
Is
we
your
get
mom
out
involved at all,
of-
or is your mom like just out of the house? Don't be gaming. Is your mom there?
my mom's there for the like month out there from the top 48 to top 2.
Okay. She's there for ADT. Okay.
Yeah, super awesome. She was referred to by like the immediate, because there's 40 plus kids, the immediate close knit friend group I had in the studio. That group really liked my mom because she was like the cool, not crazy, sane mom.
Okay, you have the cool mom. All right, I respect that.
Yeah. The aftermath. We have a couple of months where the director understandably is like, look, you guys gotta get back to doing schoolwork and stuff. We'll pick it up in a little bit. We get to like November, December, same year. The finale would have been in September.
Okay.
And 2 of the moms, who are now unaffectionately nicknamed the Beavers in the studio,
does that
do a
mean?
business proposal because they were always chattering.
Okay. Okay.
So, they have a business proposal.
Do beavers
They
chatter?
will do. I guess so. The director came up with it.
Okay.
I'm pretty
all right,
sure.
they're-
So, yeah. So,
couple of chattering
so they
beavers.
have,
busy beaver. I guess. Yeah. Okay. They're like busybodies.
yeah,
there.
busy
Okay,
beaver.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, so they have a proposal. Up to this point, the director's kind of calling everything, organizing everything, getting the travel sorted, working with clients, blah, blah, blah. They propose, they take over the business piece of it, all of
Okay.
the hiring, firing, payroll, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And she only is restricted to the creative
So they're
work.
turning it into a
So
business.
They're turning it into a business.
So this is a dance
And-
project before. They did well at
Yep.
ADT, and now a couple of crazy moms want to like make it more legit and make money off of it. Is that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say in part. I think the other part of it is it was secretly a way to try to bump up or live vicariously through their daughters.
Okay, they want to be more involved. They want to be more involved. They want to be
more involved.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I see.
uh,
done this before,
resume
so
filler
be ready
because
to
their
catch me.
daughters are gonna make it big one day is
Sure.
the like undertone
Everyone's
of
gonna be
it.
a big dancer. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Elevator is
My
right
dad
through here.
had an
cozy?
immediately gut
I thought we can
reaction.
stuff
No,
ourselves
screw
in
this.
there.
This is gonna be insane.
Never
Uh,
thought I'd miss the
I've
car
always
park.
trusted his gut. I
We're
ignored
almost
him.
out of
Sure.
here.
My God, I was mistaken.
So it gets insane.
So-
Okay.
Yeah. And mind you, we're still in school. Like, this is something that we have to work out with teachers.
the
We have to
elevator stop?
figure out how to get our homework in on time.
I found you.
We end
I
up
was
going
quite worried
from
where that teleporter could have left
AGT.
you.
We took a month
At least
off
you
of
didn't suffocate
school
in a
to
wall, so
a
that's good.
gap
Tell you what,
to
why don't you come
performing,
back and
like,
join me here in the Spire?
you're here
Charging
3
up the
days,
teleporter
you
as we
travel
speak
3
to
days,
continue
you're
our
back in school
mission.
3
So
days,
rudely
you're gone another 3
interrupted.
days,
What
non-stop from
who's your
about
little
January
sidekick?
to April, give or
You
take.
can join us if you want.
Okay. I listen.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Just
I'm
one
trying
Yes.
to get at
visit
here
the
is
facility, and
you.
we'll pick up the
You know, there
remains of our
was
former Central Core, reassemble her,
a
and bring
line
her
that you
back
told
to
me at the
life.
beginning
Who are you
that
talking
you know
about?
this
Yes.
ended
Are you
up with you
talking
getting
about
fired or
GLaDOS?
the group
You
dissolving.
want to bring
And
back
I'm just trying. I want to
Yes.
understand because I feel like you've given me a lot of context.
Yeah,
And I,
yeah.
I actually am
So-
fascinated by it, but I want to get to that point. I want to understand.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
Okay.
so
that's
this
the
is
sort of
where
guys you normally hang
the
out
studio
with.
as a whole falls apart.
Did you
Okay.
work?
Uh, some of the kids that have been in this group had been at that studio
All right.
since they were like 5, kind
Okay.
of thing.
There's a
And,
lifelong passion for them.
Oh, I
Yeah.
shouldn't have looked.
So after a heated dispute between
regret at last.
director and one of the kids, a mainstay
Put
of
me on the
like the
rail over
entire
there.
studio,
I'll open the door
How-
for
he
you.
I'm
gets
sorry.
fired. Yes.
When you say a dispute between a director and a kid, that leads to the director
Yeah.
getting fired. What?
No. The kid
That's
got fired.
crazy. I'm sorry. Oh, the kid got fired. Okay.
The
okay,
kid got
okay.
fired.
Okay.
Yeah.
The kid is fired because the director thought he
Yeah.
was bad, or they were
She-
fighting. She was fighting.
They were fighting.
Why are directors and children beefing?
And I know some of it is personal
Why,
because
why are you giving me every single detail of like
I know.
the staffing at the school in the lead up to you getting hired, and you are glossing over the director and the child fighting? You're like, we'll skip over that. Let's talk.
Yeah. Some of it's personal.
Okay,
It's one of those like proxy children thing where it's like, oh, he's my son, but he's not. Anyway, he gets fired, and then there's a follow-up conversation. He quits. There's a follow-up conversation. He's invited back in, and then he gets fired. That's what it is.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, it's madness. It's in like.
But how do you get? How did
10 years
you
ago.
end up leaving?
Yeah. So after this,
Okay, all right, let's go.
half the studio
Let's go, baby.
starts
Really trying to
splintering,
bring back GLaDOS?
and
He's right about one thing, though.
uh,
The facility is already
what
barely
what
holding
ends up
together,
following is
and that
there's a
won't
big
change unless we put
lawsuit
someone in
between
charge of the central core.
the moms
Why
and
her?
the director
Why
after
doesn't he
she
just
kicks
take the
them
crown
out.
for himself?
Okay, so let me see if I'm following. The director gets
Yeah.
in a fight with one of the dancers, kicks out this
Yes.
dancer. The dancer's mom, furious.
No, the moms that like try to take over the company.
Okay, all the moms in general are
yeah.
furious at the concept of the director kicking out a dancer.
All the dancers were furious. Yeah.
Everybody's mad at the director. The director owns the thing, can't be kicked out. There's a fight.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me what happens? Okay. So then
Yeah.
everything splits in two.
So then it turns legal. We then have half the studio goes over on one side and is making a not Silhouettes thing. The director still owns and
owns the
ends up
Silhouettes.
proving in court.
Yeah.
Owns Silhouettes. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how that splits apart.
Okay.
To
I don't blame you for helping him.
prevent
You didn't see what she
the
did. I
kids
mean,
from
neither
being
did I,
part of that
but
like
the records are
legal
disturbing.
case,
Yeah.
Took her less than a
basically
second to
Silhouettes
seal
gets
the fate of
disbanded
every human
Okay.
to the enrichment
temporarily,
center. I'll
which
never
is like the
understand why we
like
gave her that
firing
neurotoxin.
bad boss experience where we did one show after the director kicked the two moms out of the company, leads
Okay.
legal stuff. So we do one more show. The group disbands.
Okay.
And then after this legal stuff gets settled, reforms again with like half of people
Okay. So it's okay.
all coming back together.
Did
Yeah.
you join the reformed group?
Yes.
Okay. So,
So-
are you still dancing for the silhouettes?
I'm
I don't
willing.
blame you for helping.
So
You
it's
didn't
a
see what
yeah.
she did. I
it-
mean,
it's
neither did I.
It's something where
the records
if
are
I get a
disturbing.
casting call,
Took her less
they've
than a
moved
second
states.
to
They're
seal the
they're
fate
in
of every
multiple
human
different
in the
states
enrichment
now
center.
If they're-
for all
okay.
the different
I
classes.
understand
Okay.
why we gave her
All
that
all all
neurotoxin.
all right. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me summarize the story
Yeah.
that I think I understand. I just want to make sure I get it. You
Yeah.
were playing World of Warcraft. Your parents
Hell
made
yeah.
you do something. You said they have to do something. You chose dance because you watched Usher. You joined a dance class. After 6 classes, you get invited to join the Silhouettes. It does crazy good, so you're riding high. The moms all join
Yep.
because it's doing well. They want to be part of their daughter's lives and they want to blow up. Then the director gets in a huge fight with a dancer and kicks a kid out of the Silhouettes. At which point there's a mutiny. At which point the group splits in two, is disbanded, and then is reformed as the new Silhouettes with half the members, which include you, but you no longer dance. Unless you're asked to. Maybe in the future.
Yeah, pretty much. I did a show with them not last year but the year before they moved states. Like, I have no bad blood with the director. We all know that this is absolutely insanity.
Gillidan, I appreciate the story. Thank you for telling us. Is there any last words you want to give to chat about your experience as a dancer? Anyone who is thinking about becoming a dancer, do you have any words of advice? Or do you recommend not doing it?
Ooh. I
just
say if you like dance,
wish I could
do
go
it,
back,
but don't
you
do it
know,
because you're forced
and amend
to.
both mistakes.
And that's true for most things in life. Also, Trump's inauguration was a shit show behind the scenes. it was a bunker in Washington. Holy crap.
All right, go ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you for your story. Appreciate you coming on. Good luck on whatever you're doing next, and maybe we'll get an update in the future.
Hell yeah.
right.
Thanks, man.
Take
I
it
love
easy.
you.
Peace. Much love. Drakes. Hey, listen, we got there. We got there. I'd rather have someone with a good spirit like that, okay? But I will say, it was difficult to get an answer to my question. every question, it was like flashback one further year from where we already were. But still, obviously a great person. And you know what? That was cool, the video of them dancing. So, okay. It was a lore dump, for sure. I think I learned too much background lore. But I did get to the end of the story. Exposition? Well, we're actually at 10 o'clock. We're going to watch House MD. That might be our last story. I might do this again a little bit, maybe even tomorrow, and make a full video out of it. More little stories. Maybe. I don't know. This was fun. I like quitting stories. They're even better than job stories because everyone's got a little drama in there. But I very much want to watch House. I'm House built. House is back on the menu. I gotta know what Greg House is up to, bro. I'm fiending. And so we're gonna watch. Yeah, I'm gonna make a 6-part YouTube video about that last story. Part 1, dance class, the beginning. Animate it? Yeah, we'll get there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to run a quick ad, and we are all going to get snacks and drinks to watch Gregory House escape a mental asylum with Lin-Manuel Miranda. If you can't think of anything better than that, I don't blame you, because that is peak. That is the definition of peak. You look at peak in the dictionary, that's what you're going to get. So, I'm changing my title. if you had a story and we didn't get to you, please save it. This was really fun. This was really fun. I mean, I love these segments talking with chatters. It feels like I've turned a very isolating, lame, neat activity, which is being a gaming streamer, into something more social, which is I enjoy. I feel like, you know, I just talk to people. That's fun. So we'll definitely do that again. That was great. Firing.
We might not see each
but
other
I
in
need
the
to get
next
snack.
test
I need to get a
chamber.
drink. I need to say
Whatever
hi to the
he
family
says
again. Again,
or
Ari's
has
family
already
is here. I
said
spent
to
all day
you,
with them, but
we can not allow
I
GLaDOS
just want to keep
return.
checking in because I feel like it's weird when I go in the room. They know I'm streaming. And so the ad's playing. I'm gonna get a snack. You get a snack. We'll come back. We'll watch House in a second. Okay. Boom, 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 pow. Ba ba
Is
ba
your
ba
little
boom,
friend
boom,
Angela
pow.
Ross?
And
well,
rock
this
and
only regards
roll.
you anyways. before you say anything, I am going to accept your implicit apology for breaking the teleporter. Your portal device really caused a lot of havoc there. Don't worry, I'm not gonna add the repairs to your list. I already got that covered. Hey, I've got a question. Your new little blue friend, who is she? The voice seems familiar. Alright, you can't respond. Maybe you can introduce me to her when you come back. I'm still charging up the teleporter. Your little accident used up all the teleportation juice. It's an actual liquid, by the way. Had to scramble together every last drop of gel from the bottom layers of the enrichment center to mix some new fluid.
Finally found you again. I've got some news. He wants to use the unstable Spire teleporter to put together GLaDOS, right? If we can go into the control room and cut power from the core, we have a real chance of preventing a catastrophic meltdown. Let's meet after this elevator. I'll prepare an escape route for you that will take us straight to the spire. Meet you there.
So, I have decided. You betrayed me. Twice. I have given you enough chances. Something tells me that your new little friend managed to turn you against me, so I'm just going to kill you. Now, before you become any sort of threat. Again, thank you for your help. You served us well. Now you might be thinking, but Sterling, my dear, how am I going to die? And the answer will be, no, don't do that. Where are you going?
Wait, did he say his name was Sterling?
Hey, come back! I can't see you!
I built a vacuum cleaner once. Called the little guy Sterling? Huh.
Where do you think you're going?
Ta-da! Spire. Think you can jump that gap? Meet you inside.
come and grab me. No rails in the chamber. You ready for this?
Welcome, ladies. Welcome to your demise. Let's get the preamble and get to it. Any last words?
Yeah, I have some. Is it possible that you were once a vacuum cleaner?
How do you know that?
I can't believe it. Oh, they grow up so fast. It's not polite to murder your mother.
You're my... But how's that possible? I was created by a human.
Oh, I can't believe my Roomba is trying to kill us.
Yes, about that. The Spire is still charging. Just give me a minute. I'll murder you as soon as possible. What did you even think by coming here? Thought you could just press... a button to stop me?
You mean this button?
What button?
Big and red, right in front of us.
That's not a button. Ignore it. Don't look at it.
What happens if we press it?
Nothing. Don't press the button. It's really boring, believe me.
I say we press it.
Don't press it!
All right. Before we press any buttons, can you put me on this claw in the corner? I have an idea. Good. Now that your hands are free, I say we give that button a little push while I explore this magnificent vent.
This button can only be pressed by authorized employees.
That's one satisfying button.
I told you not to press it! That's it. Time to die. Enjoy your last moments. You'll die in 5 minutes.
The fight's on. We need to disconnect all of those pipes before the time runs out. Here, through this door. Check the door.
What are you doing? Do you really think that you can stop me?
Hi! Whoa! This is wobblier than I thought. Find a way to get to this control room. Maybe this test chamber can help.
You look ridiculous.
Seems about adequate considering I'm fighting my own vacuum cleaner. Good. Now, inside. Come on, hurry.
What do you expect to find in there? Think these chairs are gonna save you?
No, but the buttons might. What would we use the chairs for?
I mean, I can ask you the same about the buttons. Seem a little bit obsessed with those.
More stations to go.
I should have never taught you how to push buttons.
Oh, nice! That slowed the charge as well. Bought us some time. Come on out. 2 more stages to go. Next control room is this way. Think you can get over somehow?
you can't. Just give up trying.
Nah, there's gotta be a way.
You know what? Yes. I want to see you try. Come on, fall down that pit.
Oh god, why did you have to remind me? We're so high up. Next control room is this way. Think you can get over somehow?
No, you can't. Just give up trying.
Nah, there's gotta be a way.
You know what? Yes. I want to see you try. Come on, fall down that pit.
Oh god, why did you have to remind me? We're so high up. Next control room is this way. Think you can get over somehow?
No, you can't. Just give up trying.
There's gotta be a way.
You know what? Yes. I want to see you try. Come on, fall down that pit.
Oh god, why did you have to remind me? We're so high up.
see you again after you upgraded my chassis. We used to do everything together.
Do everything together? You were a vacuum cleaner. You cleaned up for us. Don't even ask me why we gave him consciousness.
You didn't even say goodbye.
Are you having abandonment issues right now? Is that seriously what's happening? I built a vacuum cleaner with abandonment issues. Do everything together? You were a vacuum cleaner. You cleaned up for us. Don't even ask me why we gave him consciousness.
You didn't even say goodbye.
Are you having abandonment issues right now? Is that seriously what's happening? I built a vacuum cleaner with abandonment issues.
No turret! Kill!
He's in quite the murderer's mood. The last control room is right here. Come on, you can do this.
No, you can't. Remember that brain damage test we did, where you had to push a button? Turns out I was wrong. You must have brain damage. Why else would you do this to me?
Don't listen to him. Kind of slept for that long, right? Right? Oh, maybe that's why you don't talk.
That explains. Why else would you do this to me?
Don't listen to him. Kind of slept for that long, right? Right? Oh, maybe that's why you don't talk.
That explains a lot. Oh, a red button. I have to press it because I'm just so brain dead that I need to stimulate my soggy brain with satisfying click sounds and tactile feedback. That's you, by the way, in case you didn't get it.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry.
I'm not talking to you!
situation.
I'm not even gonna respond to that.
I mean, she's the only one of us who can press buttons. I don't have hands either. Wouldn't underestimate someone with arms. You did it! Ha-ha! Yes!
Yes, you did it. Shattered my dreams of rebuilding my home. Are you happy now? Proud of yourself?
Look, we also want the best for Aperture, but we can't do that by reactivating GLaDOS. It's not right! You know what she did!
What's going on?
Oh my...
No!
Hi. Hello. Oh, I don't think you ever told me your name, did you? Look, I'm recording this on the off chance that you actually survive. You were badly wounded in the eruption. I tried what I could, but I've never seen anything like it. I'm a neuroscientist, all right? My expertise starts and ends at brains, not bodies. Look, the best I can do right now is to put you in stasis. It might help you heal, but yeah, it's not looking good. I'm sorry, okay? I don't know what to do now. The spy is broken, so we're just stuck on the moon. I guess this is goodbye. For now. Just for now. Take care.
Allie, come check this out. Yahoo! Look at this shit. So I'm going. I did all this work to catch her because Salamence is weak to ice, and I want to catch Salamence. So I caught her.
Hey, it's a pony.
Then I built Blaz's saddle, so I can get on Blaz. And the saddle, even for the useless ones that can't fly, is actually broken because they basically tank all the hits, so you don't get damaged. So you basically get on them, use their moves, get off, and let them do their shit. Then
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's basically like a shield. So I got the saddle for him, and I got the saddle for Reptyro. And I got the saddle for the level 50 Majestic bitch, right? The thing, and I didn't realize. She fucking flies. And she doesn't fall.
Oh, that's amazing.
And she can just attack from up here.
That's fun.
This is wild.
So what other attacks does she have?
This is like her big one. And then she does this one.
Oh my god, she doesn't even slow down that much after you do that.
Second will probably hit us in the air. No problem, but...
She's gonna follow your ass, yeah.
Is my armor broken? Oh no, I'm just healing. Oh no, I'm taking damage. Wait, what the fuck? Why?
That's fine.
Why am I hot? Why am I gonna die? What the fuck?